Right. In the last session, we have discussed about how to create tasks I have shown you. So apart from the dashboards creation, we have discussed even about how do we require to create tasks for different activities. What is that we are going to perform? At the same time, we have discussed even about the kind of leads, what are the different leads we have, like in reference to the sales related stuff, right? Whatever the leads and all that, right? At the same time, how to create new leads or something of that sort, right? We need to create a quick leads, right? So this part we have discussed even.
No,
At the same
I
time,
think we haven't. Sorry, we have not discussed leads. How to create leads. I think that's
are you very sure?
yeah. So the plan today is to start from leads,
I
basically.
think we have discussed about the tasks. Am I right?
Yeah.
After that, we have discussed about the leads we need to discuss. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, right. So these are the leads in reference to the Salesforce, of course, which was there. Wherein creation of leads is what we have to work on. So wherein this sorting of leads can be done, wherein we have the focus where we have an option to create, because if you want to create any kind of new leads for the existing project, so there is an option called new. You can see over here, right? So new is an option which will be shown us to create different leads in real environment. On context to that, you click new. So here, excuse me. So here, what is that we need to do? The details has to be mentioned here. Means, for example, whatever the leads are we going to create. So if there is any kind of business card, which is something relating to them and all everything, that business scanning of that business card can be done, which is optional, right? So because scanning of business card, for example, this was the business card, right? Let us put an example, right? So this is business card. If you want to access, you can access the business card here. That is one thing we have to do first. Next here, when we talk about the lead and all, we need to mention about the topic, right? So which topic are we discussing in reference to our CRM application? I can say, for example, like for example, topic relating to integration, right? For example, right? So topic related to integration is what we have taken. And we need to mention about the budgeted amount, right? So budgeted of amount, right? What will be the budgeted amount we have given? Where in that budget we have to mention here, right? So that is what generally we need to mention about the budget amount. At the same time, even for purchasing, means if you want to purchase anything and all everything, so we need to identify the time frame. Time frame, nothing but the kind of deadline. What is that we have to purchase something? Because as in whenever we are creating multiple leads in regular projects, right? So you can see different projects and all. Of course, ours is CRM implementation. In context to CRM implementation, I have taken a topic of integration, because CRM can be integrating with any other applications. If so, right? So that is what generally the integration which I have taken. For example, there is an amount of budget which will be mentioned here. Of course, this is depends on from where we have taken, because as I'm connecting from India, whenever I'm registering myself on Dynamics 365, it will automatically collect from where we have registered. Based on that, which currency is applicable, that currency will be applied here. If you are connecting from UK, that will be converted in pounds, or else if it is from US and all everything, that will be considered as dollars and so on. That's how generally this budget amount and all everything will be mentioned here. At the same time, we have to mention the time frame for a purchase time frame and all. Let's say that we are having a purchase time frame where we want to do this in this coming quarter, right? So this is what generally the time frame we have in context to the integration of the application, like CRM integration, we want to make with other applications. If that was the lead I'm talking about, right? It was that was the lead. So we need to mention about this. This lead has to be created and it has to be maintained within this quarter. Quarter means in 3 months of time. That's what generally we have decided. At the same time, we need to mention about the lead source. From where this lead source are we extracting, or the lead source we are getting off, right? So that is what generally. So which I am saying is it is partner, right? So this is what I am selecting because lead source can be from anywhere. Either this is through advertisements or it is through employee reference or external reference, all that. But I am selecting the lead source, which is called partner here. Now here you need to mention about the dates, right? So names of it, right? So we have to mention different names of the personal information over here. For example, I've mentioned it as okay. For example, right? So Raj is the last name. Let's say, for example, right? So job title has to be mentioned here. Let's say the title as business analyst. Let me say, right? Let me example. Right? I'm just taking a company called XYZ over here, right? So if there is any kind of mail ID or contact details, which will be mentioned, followed by this, if there is any kind of description as such, which can be created over here. So after that, we need to click on save and close. So automatically, right. So this is the lead which was created already, right? So the topic was created, new status was created here. At the same time, when we have created, that information can also be seen over here. Right. So whenever we want to sort out these leads, whatever we have created, that can be sorted out. That is one thing. At the same time, this can be filtered, depends on the kind of topic it was created so far. At the same time, we need to mention the status reason also, right? So what are the status reasons and all, everything we need to select. At the same time, I'm selecting this and I'm aligning this from sorting from old to new, right? So that's what generally I have taken the selection process over here. Now, this is where generally this open leads come into picture. Whenever there is an open lead we have created, for example, if you want to do any kind of edit filters, right? So for example, why this filtering process we use? Because filtering processes are used to extract the information as simple as we can. Are you following, Kingsley?
Yeah.
Yeah. So filters are the one which majorly useful for us to extract the information from the sources, because there will be a lot of information in reference to the sales or maybe of other any other data which is available online, but it is not may not be possible for us to extract all the information from different sources, which may not be possible. So if you want to make it more possible and more possible and all that, so creation of filters or existing and as well as editing the existing filters will also make the work more simpler, because there will be lot of data, because whatever the data we see is very simple, but in real environment, whenever we are working on this application like CRM applications and all, there will be the data which will be of so high, right? So the data will be so heavy. So whenever we have in heavy data, because in terms of quantity I'm talking about, data will be very heavy. So wherein what we can do is that either this can be applied, it depends on the kind of filters what we are created, all that stuff that will get it done, or else we can create based upon the edit filters, right? So this is what generally we can do, means editing of filters to make our work more convenient, right? So that's what generally we can do it. So for example, here is where generally we need to understand. For example, if you want to show a live data, right? That is what, for example, this was the live data, which is already there in reference to the editing filters of leads, all that stuff. Now here I'm selecting the budget here, right? So budget which is equals to no committed budget. We need to mention about the status not only of budget, annual revenue, which is equals to the value. It means if you want to provide any kind of value of that sort, that value can be updated over here, right? So this is one thing. So if you want, you can add something out of it. Otherwise, we can click on apply, so that editing for filters and all everything will also be possible, right? So because editing of filters is something essentially required, wherein we can see all the available data, whichever is there, right? Whatever the data which is relating to that particular filter I'm talking about, because we have created a filter for budget, right? So budget and as well as annual related stuff, generally we have taken. So like this, multiple budgets we can prepare, right? So because in reference to the budget, if there is any kind of leads or something of that sort, generally that we can see. At the same time, these filters can be updated. It depends on the kind of annual revenue as well as the kind of contact, like company name or something like, right? So even yeah. Right. So for example, right. So let me put you this way, right? So from the company which is equal to XYZ and all, you can see here. Right. So filters I have created. Why? Because if you remember, when I have created this lead, if you remember, I have given a company called XYZ. Isn't it clear? Kingsley. Following?
Yeah.
Right. I have given in a company called XYZ. That's the reason why whenever I have created a filter for XYZ, automatically that XYZ company details were updated. Now I am going to create one more lead so that I'll be showing you better. Okay. For example, topic. Which topic you want me to take here to create a lead? Let's create 3 to 4 leads, because not one, because let's create 3 to 4 multiple. Tell us the topic.
Yeah. What do you mean topic?
Topic means
Yeah,
in reference to the
dynamics, anything. Yeah.
lead. Reference to the lead in reference to the project. Tell me any topic. I have taken integration earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything you can say.
Yeah, data.
Not so important, anything. See, this is all for you to understand, right? So this is all data we have creating. Not required so accurate. You can tell me something, whichever you like.
Yeah, put data.
Sorry?
Data.
Put data, na?
Yeah, no, I mean data. Just data.
Only data, na?
Data.
Okay, right. Budget amount. It will be converted into rupees. Okay. For example, that budgeted amount anyway I have given. Yeah. Purchase time frame. You tell me.
Quarter.
This quarter?
Yeah.
Okay. Lead source. From where this lead source is?
Web. Trade show. You can put employee referral.
Employee referral. Okay. Personal first name. Tell something.
John.
John.
John Matt.
Huh?
John Matt. Matt.
Math.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Job title.
Sorry?
Job title.
Analyst.
Job title.
Yeah, engineer.
Huh?
Engineer.
Engineer. Okay. You tell me the company name. I'll show you how these filters works. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I've seen it like that. Company name can be, yeah, Yahoo, any struggle with it. Put Fayad or yeah, Fayad.
Sorry?
F, put Fad, Feyad, Fayad.
F,
Feyad, Fayad.
FU?
Yeah, Yad, Fayad.
Fiant, huh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, okay, it's okay, right? Fiant, right? So for example, I am not writing all these email IDs, all that, and just closing it. Okay. Right, job math I have taken, right? So which company name you have taken? Fiant, right? Fiant. For example, edit filters. Status, right? So company name, company name equals to FUY. Is that something? FUY kind of, right? FU, what was that? What?
I can't remember. I just use FUD or something.
FU something. 1 minute. Let me see that.
Check.
Hmm. FUYNT. Okay. FUYNT. Right, FUYNT. Right, so you can see here. Right, so this is how generally the editing of filters and all everything we can do. Understood? Clear?
Can you go back to that filters, please? Edit
Sorry?
filter. Can you go back to the edit filter?
Where do you want me to go back? Leads?
Edit filter.
Okay. Tell me.
Yeah, if you try to add, I want to see. If you click on the add button,
Tell me.
yeah, I'm trying to see, when you're trying to add those filters at the other time, that's where I'm going. So
I'm not getting your question. Can you come again?
but yeah, what I'm saying is I want you to show it as if you want to add filter again. So that is what I'm saying. Like I want to see that drop down where you're trying to add filter, company, and all that.
You want me to add these groups and rows?
No. It's like I want you to repeat the process that you did again. So I want to
Okay,
ask.
okay. I'll repeat. I'll tell you. For example, here you can see there is an option called new. Okay, new.
Yeah,
Kingsley.
I get that. So I understand what you did. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. Go on. Go on.
So filters create leads I have created. As the
Mhm.
leads were multiple, if you want to filter the data, you need to click on edit filters and you have to do the necessary changes. That is what I have shown you.
Yeah. So
You-
during the process of editing that filter, you are one of the drop down is showing status equals and things like that. So that is where
I'll make you as presenter. Can you share your screen and tell me what is your problem? What is your question so that I can understand? Kingsley.
Are you? Yeah, I'm waiting for you to make me present. Have you made me a presenter now?
Can I make you as presenter?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Yeah, I did. Tell me.
Oh. But I need to access your screen, isn't it? So there's no way I can ask questions if I can't access your screen.
Sorry?
Okay. Don't worry. Let me try and open my dynamics. Um, uh, what is all this? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, 1 second. Why is it so slow? Okay. Not really a big deal. It's not. It's just something minor. Maybe I should have let you continue, but it's all right. We can. So I'm expecting it to show records. Oh, why is it not showing all
All
these
leads,
records?
all leads, all leads. Select my open leads, all leads. No, all leads.
Okay.
Refresh,
So
refreshments, refresh better. You can refresh it and see. Have you created anything new earlier?
no, I just show my name. New. What's all this? What I did was to create a new dashboard. So not I create a new dashboard, but not on this project anyway. So it was a different project. Okay. You know what, Raj? Just continue. It's just a minor thing. Now I will bring it up later. So don't we should not allow that to disturb our
Yeah,
flow.
you tell me your question, no problem. I can understand. Go ahead.
Yeah, I will tell you. Yeah. No, you don't. It's like you're not understanding me. If I need to get to leads to ask you my question, right? But it's not opening up. Yeah. So continue your lecture. We can talk about the question some other time. It's just something minor, okay? So we can talk about it later. That's
Shall
what
I
I'm saying.
continue?
Yeah, continue.
Okay. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
You can see it, right? Right. So whatever we have explained about edit filters, right? That's what we have explained. Now, after that, for example, if you want to add any kind of rows or if you
You're
want
not.
to create any kind of groups or something like, for example,
You're not sharing.
can you see can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Just a minute. Yeah, can you see now?
Yep.
Right. So what we have discussed is we have discussed about leads here. At the same time, editing filters, how to edit filters depends on the data what we have taken and all that was explained already.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, in leads, for example, if you want to edit filters and you want to add something, for example, if you want to add any new rows or if you want to add any kind of groups to the existing leads, we can do that. For example, if you want to add some group, for example, right? Some group you want to add to the existing leads, because whatever, do remember whatever I have explained about earlier was edit leads. Why edit leads? Because you want to extract some data from which is already existed. If you want to filter the data to have a better output, that's what I have shown.
Yeah.
Now, what I am showing you here now is editing filters, where if you want to add any kind of rows or these things and all that, right? So this is where generally we have to go for edit filters. Again, I'm showing you have to go to all leads. Whenever you're
Mm-hmm.
going to go for all leads, here you have an option called edit filters. Click on that. Here you can see you can add group. Okay. Now, if you want to select any groups here, for example, what are all the groups where you have name, topic, owner, status, created, right? So different things were there. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, we have list of people. So add group, select field. For example, country and region I have taken, right? So country region contains, for example, right? Contains C, right? For example, right? Contains C. So if there is any country, for example, whenever we have created any leads, if there is any country which was created on C, generally that data you can see over here. Understood? Clear? Kingsley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So here like this, whatever the groups if you want to create and if you want to add any kind of groups or something like, you can create it. Now let me show you one thing. Something I'm taking. Immediate. Okay, lead source advertisement, something. Just because to have something I've just taken. I've just added. Now, what? Yeah, this is what I was created. Forget about it. So what I did is like if you want to add any kind of additional groups and all, right? So this add filters where you can add any kind of additional groups and all everything you can add it. That is one thing you can do. You can see add here, add group in context to the country which is starts from C is what I have taken. Now if you want to add any kind of rows and all everything we can add it. Now I am taking a I'm taking name equals to.
Yeah. This is okay.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, go on. The question I want to ask, I'm just asking why are you using equals to there? What does that? So is this saying name equals
Equals
to?
means, for example, you are
Okay.
using equal to, automatically whatever is related information will come. For example,
Okay.
ends with, right? I'm using, for example, ends with, right? Ends with is what generally I have used, which is called Raj, for example,
Yeah. As a filter. Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Ends with. So that also can be added, right? That also can be added. Or else, for example, if you want to use, because it depends on the kind of option we have
Yeah.
chosen here. right? So it is not need not be equal all the time, right? For example,
Yeah.
equals to means, for example, equals to Raj, whatever is relating to Raj, you will be appear. If not equals to what you can say, you can select even does not equal to also, right?
Yeah.
Or else if you want to use contains, contains means that name will be included somewhere. For example,
Yeah.
Raj is a name I have used that contains in different names. For example, that
Yeah.
same name is containing in
Why can't?
different data. You can see that. That is what we call it as contains. Understood? For
Yeah, I
example,
understand.
begins with. Begins with what exactly begins with? For example, begins with John, right? So this is what I have taken. For example, right? Begins with John, we have taken. Let us assume, right? Now, status again. City
City. Uh,
contains. If anything, or if anything is there of that sort, I am saying, right? If there is any, because make sure that data is available here, that is required. Okay, that is needed. I have taken, for example, annual revenue, which is less than or equal to, right? So this is what I have taken, for example, right? So wherein we can apply. So if there is any data which is relating to that lead, we can see over there. Understood? Clear? Understood or not? Right? So
yeah,
different filters can be created. Understand? Clear?
Yeah.
Right? So this is where generally these filters and all everything we can create. Means if you want to add any kind of filters, or if you want to add any kind of rows and groups, all these things can be added to the existing ones. That's what and how usually we do all these things. At the same time, for example, if you want to add any kind of related entity, right? So related entity, choose related entity. For example, choose related entity in reference to the context, right? So for example, right? So choose related entity, contacts based on the address one, for example, right? Ends with EGO, for example, right? We can click on, right? So that's how generally these filters can be added. Understood? Clear?
Yeah.
Right? So these filters, why are we creating filters and why are we editing filters? Because of the reason is that as the data will be, sometimes it will be in thousands and lakhs, because this is a customer data, right? So the customer data is not something confined to hundreds or something, right? So thousands and lakhs of data available on different names, on different contact details, designations, address, communication details, all that will be mentioned over there. So, but now if you want to extract that information to the existing database, if you want to make it more selective, all this what we have to do now. First of all, we have to edit the filters and we have to create the filters first. If you have not created filters, extracting the information from the existing database will become much difficult. Understood? Clear? Kingsley, are you clear? Right?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to edit columns, for example, if you want to edit columns, right? So edit, because different columns we have taken. Name, topic, status, created, and all that. Now, for example, if you want to add any kind of column, right? Add column. Annual revenue, this budgeted amount, right? Assignment value result, annual revenue. Next, whatever the once you want to select something relating, for example, currency, right? We have selected. Right. So if you want to edit any kind of columns and all everything, so that columns can be created. If you want to edit columns and all, we can create columns. And it depends on the kind of columns what we have created. If you want to add any information to the existing ones, that can be added equally. Understand? Clear? Understood or not?
Yeah.
Understood? Clear? Right? So this is how generally we need to select whatever that we have, right? So all these things and all everything is what we have to select. Means usually the columns, whatever we are selecting, it is completely depends on the kind of data we are working on. For example, if this is a data which is something relating to the sales and all, customer details itself is sufficient. But whereas when you are working on some data which is something relating to marketing or business development kind of stuff, maybe you might require to add some kind of revenues to the existing ones, so that based on the reviews, that status reports has to be updated for us. So that is how generally the reason why this edit columns and all everything, apart from edit filters, which will be appeared here. This is how generally this is all will be open here. At the same time, if we want to visualize this view, right? So if you want to visualize anything, because visualization is also required, right? If you want to have any visualization, you can connect to Power BI. There is an option, especially in Dynamics, because Dynamics is only used for creating of CRM applications, right? So that is what it was. But sometimes whenever we are working on CRM applications, we might require to have some kind of visualization purpose is required. So what we can do, we have an option where this Dynamics can be connecting with Power BI. Here, if you want, we can get a free license, where if you want, we can add this Power BI and all everything.